And here's a good example of that. So this was a property that we bought out there in Indianapolis, Indiana. It was a 77 unit apartment complex. And we bought this thing for a song back in 2016 for just over 2 million bucks. Can you imagine paying 2 million bucks for a 77 unit apartment complex? Now, and that only comes out to 26 a door, $26,000 a door. You can't take your California brain and expect to see that same kind of pricing in these different markets. They're totally different animals out there. But why would somebody sell us a property so cheap? It's because he didn't know that Indianapolis was on the verge of a job explosion out there. And we just happened to get out there just before that happened. And we eventually sold this property in 22.
Yeah,
It was
2020.
or 2020. Yeah, that's what I meant, 2020. And so we did a 1031 exchange. But, we went from 26 a door to 41 a door. Now, this was very interesting on the 1031 exchange. We had several investors, about half a dozen investors on this deal. This is why I keep hammering this point about, what you hear out there in the news. So we did a 1031 exchange. We actually leveled up from and this is a Class C property, guys. This is not, this is not the Ritz-Carlton, okay? This was a beautiful Class C, working class apartment complex right across the street from a Kroger supermarket. Okay, we had a gas station on the corner. We had a Taco Bell on the opposite corner. There was a little local bar across the street. I mean, my God, the traffic that was coming down there, we saved so much money on the marketing because we were getting so much drive-by traffic coming into the office. It was just a fantastic location. But this guy didn't know what was happening in the job market because he didn't know what we knew at that time. So when we sold it and traded up into this 100 units, we actually moved from Indianapolis back over to Texas. But our investors, they made over a 20% return on this deal. They were all very happy, but about half of them, they were ready to go on the next one. The other half were very anxious. They were very nervous because they were listening to what everybody else was telling them, about COVID being there's going to be mass layoffs, mass foreclosures, mass evictions. A lot of people were very nervous about that. And up until the day of the closing, I remember one of our investors, he just couldn't decide. He literally made his decision when I was in Indianapolis. I was on the way to the escrow office to sign the documents and move on to the next phase of our investing here. And unfortunately, he decided to cash out. And now all those people wound up regretting that decision because values went up, rents went up. So that's why I tell you, don't take investing advice from what you hear on the news out there.